Hello, my raw students. This is crazy. Here we are in my basement studio, live with my team here of my daughter Ariana behind the camera and my dog Jet. You will see him visiting. He loves Pilates and he loves to get close, so he will be part of the class, hopefully not too boisterous. So we're going to do a beginner workout. And let's just see how it's going to go. You'll be able to access this on YouTube when you need it. Please use it a lot. And I hope you're all staying healthy and well and know that this too shall pass and we will overcome all of this. So let's get started on our mat with our flexible circle. And we're going to reach out nice and long here. We're going to hold our circle and we're going to just give it a little squeeze in between or underneath your armpits, nice and tall on those sitting bones. Roll your spine back nice and easy. We're going to scoop out, pull those abdominals up and in, breathe, and roll yourself back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, curl. I want you to think about a little wheel here at the pelvis, hollowing out the abdominals, roll yourself up. Let's do two more like that. Tilt your pelvis, roll. My shoulder blades are flat on my back, nice and wide, and we're going to roll back and we're going to hold here, breathe. And we're going to lift up our right leg and lower it down and left leg. So I want you to sustain the C curve from the top of your head to your tailbone as you lift alternating legs. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders down. Let's do a couple more of those. One more each side. Inhale, exhale to lower. One more. And now we're going to take a breath in. We're going to roll ourselves up nice and tall. Separate your legs. We're going to take this to parallel or perpendicular, shoulders down. Take a breath in. We're going to roll away. So our ring will tilt just a little bit and we're going to bring yourself back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll. Sitting bones go underneath and rebuild. So just kind of warming up those abdominals, stretching out those legs, pulling your toes back towards your shins and roll. Nothing's happening up above here, staying nice and wide in my collarbones. Two more. And up, one more. Inhale, exhale, let's roll it back. Breathe. And then bringing the waistline to the back wall, you're going to bring yourself all the way up. Let's add a little rotation now. We're going to tilt the pelvis back, pick up your right arm, turn your chest to the right, and bring yourself back up and roll. We're going to stay on the right here. Let's try to plant those legs and not move them too much so we can really isolate the spine here. Two more. Exhale, bring it up on an inhale. One more. And bring yourself up. Let's go to the other side. Shoulders down, pick up your left arm. Tilt the pelvis back, turn your chest, and bring yourself up. So I'm reaching my legs out nice and long, and I'm really isolated in the flexion of my lumbar spine. Breathing here. Two more. And bring it up. Last one, let's roll it back and return up. Pick up your ring. Let's bring those legs together. Lift your ring up. Reach yourself over, folding over your legs. Let's take the ring to the back of the legs. And now curl the tailbone. Let's just take a nice stretch here. So while I'm here in this position, I'm pulling my waistline to the back wall here, staying in my C curve, shoulder blades nice and wide. Pulling my toes back to my shins, taking a nice stretch. Inhale here and out. One more, breathe in and roll yourself all the way up. Let's pick up that ring. We're going to lift it up without lifting the shoulders. Reach forward, diving over, planting your legs, pulling your toes back. Let's add a little rotation. I'm going to turn my chest, my arms, my head to the left, like a little steering wheel here. Come back to center. And to the other side and center. And let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale back, breathe into your lungs. Oh, this feels good. Let's do one more each side, everybody. Keep those abdominals drawn back and in. One more. That's it. Come back to center. Roll yourself back up. And now let's bend the knees, plant the feet down, shoulders nice and open here, and let's roll back. So I'm watching that my legs don't go out to the side. I'm rolling back for that C curve and bringing myself back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll. Let's have the arms lifting. And now bring yourself up, dive over your legs. Breathe in, roll back. Pick up those arms and bring yourself forward. Two more like that, rolling back. lifting the arms. And our last one here, we're going to go all the way back. Keep the nice tightness of the ring from your underarms. Roll yourself back. Your head will go down last. Let's take the ring. Let's put it on the outside of your legs. How's the film crew doing here? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody get yourselves organized on the floor. Here, arms nice and long. Let's find our neutral spine. So remember our landmarks here. Hip bones, pubic bone nice and level. Little space at the low back, and of course it's unique to each person. And then the ribs and the hip bones nice and even. We're going to keep this space the same here for our regular straight bridging neutral spine. Arms down. I want you to press into the feet, into the ring just a little bit so it doesn't slip. And now let's take an inhale, pick up the hips, and I'm lifting up to where my ribs are in line with my hip bones. I'm bending at the top of the leg and legs and lowering all of that weight down. Take the weight out and we're going to lift and lower. So bending at the crease at the top of the legs. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. And let's pick it up and down. Let's do a couple more of those. So I'm pressing evenly into both legs and down. 2 more. And I'm not squeezing anything. I'm just feeling the back of my legs working, the back of my arms. And last one here. Let's pick it up and hold. We're just going to hold here. See if you can feel your thighs reaching over your legs. Feeling a little bit of work in the back of the legs. Let's keep the collarbones nice and wide. And let's count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend at the top of the legs. Let's lower it down. All right, let's take that ring off. We're going to put it in between the thighs here. So the legs will be a little bit wider. Don't feel like you have to squeeze super hard here. Let's do a little articulation with our bridging. Take an inhale. Let's tilt the pelvis back, drawing those abdominals up and in. The low back goes to the mat. And now press into the ring just a little bit and roll yourself up. So same place, we're ending up in a bridge. We're just getting there a little differently by moving the spine. Now I'm starting up high. I'm going to try to put my spine down, putting a little space in between each of the vertebrae. Take an inhale, exhale, tilt, peel. So I'm getting a little activation here of my inner thighs, my pelvic floor, my low abdominals here, and turning on that transversus muscle here, the TA, transverse abdominis, which is our nice big, deep stabilizing of the spine muscle. And let's go up again. And make sure we're breathing, and let's roll it back down. Let's take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, tilt, peel. So we've got a combination, a lot of things happening here. Let's connect all those dots. Take an inhale to roll it back down. And you might notice your spine is loosening up as you go. And we're going to peel up. Hello, looks like we have a friend has arrived. And roll down. And one more, everybody. Let's tilt and peel. And let's hold here. There we go, breathing in. So filling up the lungs, 3-dimensionally, wide to the sides and the back of the lungs. One more, breathe in, like that accordion breath. And now we're gonna roll down from the top, placing your upper back between the shoulder blades, the mid back, the low back, and release out. Nice job. All right, let's take that ring out. Hello there, welcome. Oh no, he's gonna start barking. And now we're gonna bring yourselves up. Everybody, I'm taking off the sweater. I'm getting warm. And we're gonna do a little bit of work on all fours here. So let's take our hands to the mat, knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and I'm gonna try to find a neutral spine here. So my collarbones are wide, that space between the ribs and the hips, and I'm gonna check out my back. That's the beauty of having a mirror here. So when you're working out, see if you can find a mirror at home. So here's neutral, okay? And now I'm going to tilt the pelvis, so roll it under, and I'm gonna widen my shoulder blades. My head is gonna follow the movement of my spine. And as you can see, I have a lot more movement and flexion here than I do here, but that's something I'm working on. And then we're gonna release the tail out, move through the spine, lift the top of the head. Let's do that again. The abdominals, move the pelvis, so curling it under, reaching your tailbone down between the legs, widen the shoulder blades, your head is gonna follow. Hold everything still as we release the tail out, move through the shoulders, lifting the head up last. Let's do the top of the head now. So nod the chin, bring it down towards your chest. Start to bring the shoulder blades to the ceiling, bending at the ribs, and now we're gonna finish up bringing that pelvis underneath, and everything's nice and flexed here, and we're gonna reach the head out, and we're gonna try to isolate between the shoulder blades, and then release out. This is very hard for me, plus I haven't done a lot of Pilates in the last couple days. So see what you can do. Let's do one more. Nod the chin, round the back, breathe in here, inhaling here, and exhaling. Let's lengthen out the tailbone first, moving through the spine, and here we are. And now we're gonna stay here. We're gonna swipe the hips to the right and then to the left. So we're holding everything still here. My chest is lifted away from my hands, and I'm just doing a small movement here, isolating the pelvis. You might remember this from our early classes, doing this on the wall. Let's do one more to each side. Come back into center. Let's curl the tail under, sit back towards the heels. So a couple options on the feet. You can keep your toes tucked like I have, or you can flatten your feet out, but we're keeping this an active stretch here. This nice stretch through here, through your lats. Breathe in, and let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Set the shoulders. I am going to tuck the toes, and now let's walk the left leg into center just a little bit. Doesn't have to be up against the other leg. Find your neutral, slide your right leg out nice and long here. And now let's pick up that right leg and lower it down. And I'm trying not to move my back. So I'm gonna keep my nice tightness here, my stability in my core, and I'm gonna check myself out here, make sure I am doing what I'm saying. And let's do 3 and 2, last one, let's hold. Now let's bend that knee. So this is a tabletop position of your leg. Let's lower that leg and lift, and lower and lift. And let's do 8 to 10 of those. You know how much I like to count. And let's do 3 and 2, last one. Let's extend that leg out nice and long. Can you take it away from your body and bring it back without your body going with you? Inhale, exhale. Keep the neck nice and long. Try to keep the weight even in both arms. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Bring that leg back in. Take a break if you need it, putting that toe down. Let's take the left arm out nice and long here and hold. This is a great place to stay. But if you want to add the leg lifting up, and just find your stabilization here. So if you need that other leg down, that shin, you're going to work here, your arm. We're going to lengthen out nice and long here, holding, breathing. Take one more breath in. Lower your arm, lower your leg in, round your low back. So at any time, feel free to hit pause, taking a break. Let's go back up again. So shoulders down. Let's take that right leg towards center, extend the left leg out. Collarbones wide, top crown of the head reaching towards the wall in front of you. We're gonna pick up your left leg and lower it down. This is not a big movement, and this is my side that likes to move. So we're going to see a little movement here, but I'm going to do my best not to make that happen. Lift and lower. So we're going to keep this space nice and connected here. Last 2, last 1. Let's bring it back up. We're going to bend that leg into tabletop. Lower your leg and lift. So we're working from that hip crease and that glute. That's your hip flexion, your extension. Taking this foot down if that feels better. Not all of us, our feet don't like to stretch like that, but do try to encourage that from time to time. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Extend your leg out, take it away and bring it into center. Inhale, exhale. Trying to stay nice and still. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Take that foot down for a little bit of a break. Keep your chest lifted. Let's pick up your right arm. Holding your stability here, and now pick up your leg if you want. And we're holding and breathing, and this is my tough side, so you're going to see some shaking. That's all your stabilizers trying to help organize you. 1 more, breathe in. Lower your arm, lower your leg. Let's curl and sit back, breathing in and out. 1 more breath. Let's take the left hand off the mat. Right hand is going to go over. I'm going to send my right ribs over to the right a little bit. Keeping my pelvis and my legs in line though. Take your right hand, take it over off the mat. Left hand over. I'm going to send my left ribs over. And breathing. Staying hollowed out in here. 1 more breath. I'm going to walk myself back into center. And now let's do a little side work here. So I'm going to face the, I better face the camera. That's not a good idea. Okay, so, all right, so let's lengthen ourselves out, everybody, on the mat. So nice warm up of the front and back of the body here. This is a nice place to be, feels good. So your bottom arm, as you know, lengthen it out here. If that's too much, bend your elbow here. I want you to support your head. You may even need a little pillow, not a big bedroom pillow, but a little something to keep your head and neck in good alignment so you don't get tension here. I'm going to look down my body a little bit. Let me move my ring for a moment here. And I'm going to feel my ribs, and I'm going to let my waistline sink into the mat here. It's not going to stay there. So I'm looking down my body. I'm going to bring my legs in line with me a little bit. I want you to feel those hip bones stacked up, ribs, and I'm going to feel like I'm up against a wall here. So I really have to find that balance here on my side. So I'm going to pull my abdominals away from the floor here, and I'm going to put my hand in front if I'd like to. It's for a little bit of balance. It could be the whole hand, it could be a finger, a couple of fingers, or none at all. Okay, go to where you feel. Let's start off with the hand in front. Let's weight your body down though. So I want my bottom leg heavy. I'm going to lift my top leg. I'm going to point my foot to lift my leg. I'm going to bend my ankle to lower down. Lift and lower. My abdominals are pulled away, and I'm balancing myself here on my side. Point my foot and pull down through my heel. Lift and lower. And I'm not going so high as if I change my waistline. So I'm keeping this nice and long here. Point and flex. 2 more. Lift and lower. 1 more. Lift and lower. So we can make a little kickstand out of our bottom leg here if there's a lot of movement going on in your body here. So shorten up that bottom leg if you would like. Let's do another set. Lift and lower. Point and flex. And reach through that heel. And lift and lower. I'm keeping my shoulders relaxed here, trying not to have any tension. And let's do 2 more, weighting down that bottom leg. 1 more. Nice job. And let's bring your leg in. Let's just go into a little clamshell work. Both legs stacked up. I'm not going to roll onto my back just yet. That is coming. We're going to open the legs and close. So both legs pushing away from one another. I'm going to weight that bottom leg. I'm going to feel this little work in stabilizing here. So this is some nice external rotation of that top leg, which is part of our walking here. And let's do 3 more. And 2. And last 1. Let's bring it in. Let's extend that top arm out. Start to turn your chest, your breastbone towards the ceiling. And we're going to open. Your hand is supporting you underneath. We're going to just take a nice opening here. Rotation. Breathe. And exhale. Use your abdominals to bring you back. Let's do a couple more of those. Inhale to open. And exhale, bring it back. So my spine is initiating the movement, and my arm, shoulder, head are going with it. So just some nice rotation here. Feels great. Inhale to open, and you know to modify. You don't have to go to the full extreme. Go to where you can, where it feels right in your body. And let's do 1 more. Inhale to open. And exhale to bring it back. All right, let's stay on this side. We're gonna extend the legs nice and long. Let's find our balance here with your arm long or bent. I'm gonna try long for now. And now let's have a little bit of stabilization here with a fingertip or two. We're gonna pick up that top leg. Let's bend that ankle. And now from your bottom inner thigh, let's bring that leg up. And we're gonna lower them both down together. So it's top leg, bottom leg, and lengthen down. Lift, lift, take them, keep them together, lower down. Try to keep everything nice and still up above. Inhale, exhale. Let's do inhale, inhale, and reach on an exhale. Lift, lift, lower. Let's do that little body scan that I'm always talking about. How are my shoulders doing? Is this top one reaching up? Am I breathing? So inhale, inhale, exhale to lengthen down. Two more. And lower. One more. Lift, lift, and let's reach it down. Nice job, everybody. Hand in front. Let's keep those legs together. Keep those abdominals. We're making that little mouse house here. Make sure you're nice and lengthened out. We're going to pick up both legs and lower down. It's not a big movement here. I feel it right there. So Pittsburgh, abs of steel. And lift and lower. See, I do need a little bit of stabilization there. I feel myself rocking. It's not cheating. It's helping me to maintain this good form. And let's do 2 and 1 and hold for fun. Let's take that arm by our side. Ooh, lots of balancing. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. And let's switch. We're going for a walk. If you're feeling unstable, hand comes down in front. So unstable would start to look and feel like this. Go to where you can. So we're always looking to modify. We're going to take that top hand, lift it off. And it's going to go with the bottom leg here. And if you're starting to feel something up here, you're exactly where you need to be. No pain in the low back, no pain in your neck. There you go. And if this is not working out, hand by your side, hand down here. And then you work up to that. Let's do 2 more. Bottom leg forward and back. 1 more. Bring it in. Let's lower all the way down. Oh, we made it. All right, so let's bring ourselves up. I'm going to stay facing you, and we're going to switch those legs over. How we doing, everybody? He's actually being pretty good. His name is Jet, and for those of you that have ever been here, you know him. He has quite a presence. So let's get ourselves stacked up on the other side, lengthening out. I'm going to take my bottom arm underneath here. Good alignment. We're going to pull those abdominals in. Shoulders stacked up. I'm going to look down at myself here and just see how's this all feel. All right. And so now we're going to take that top leg. We're going to point the foot and bend the ankle. And now let's do that little kickstand. Just having that bottom leg bent gives us a little bit more support here. So we're pointing and reaching through that heel. Some nice work here, some nice movement. I hope you're all getting a chance to do a little bit of movement. Today is a nice sunny day. Please get outside and take a little bit of, excuse me. Oh no. Now from time to time, he may block the camera, but you know what to do.
Jet.
2 more.
Jet, come here.
And lower. Let's take a break. Let's extend that bottom leg out. Make sure you're in your good alignment. Let's do another round of those. Point and flex. So I'm not asking for a big thing like this. I'm just asking for more stability. And if you want to take your hand away, see how it's going to go, by all means.
Jet, come here.
It's all right.
Is it?
You can hop up and come around a little bit. So as you know, I was out at a conference or a training last week, and then we ended up doing a couple days skiing, and it was beautiful, but glad to be back home with the family. And lower down, take a break. Let's bend the knees in. So I'm in a position where my feet are lined up with my sacrum back here, knees stacked up, abdominals pulled in for my clamshell. So like a fan, both legs push away and come back. Inhale, Exhale, staying stacked up, not letting myself roll. Feeling the length in my spine. And let's do 4 and 3. Keeping my feet stacked up. 2. Last 1. Let's just hold here for a minute. And now close the legs. Let's extend that top arm out. I'm going to turn my breastbone right here towards the ceiling, and I'm going to open my chest, supporting my head here. Breathe in. I'm going to use these muscles, obliques, to bring myself back. Inhale to open. Exhale, bring it back. It's also a nice stretch, the front of your chest. 2 more. And open. And bringing it back on that exhale. 1 more, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring it back. Now, I know we have some more stuff to do here. Where's Kim? My reminder of what to do on my side. I think I got it. So let's lengthen the legs out. Pull those abdominals in. The bottom leg is going to be weighted. Pick up your top leg. Bring your bottom leg to meet it and lower down. We're going to try to keep that waistline off. Up, up, and down. Lift, lift, and lengthen. Inhale, inhale, exhale to lengthen. So we're trying not to let those legs fall down to the ground. We're doing it with control. Lift to where you can. And it's an up, up, and down. So you kind of start to feel a little cinching of the waist, keeping your hips stacked up here. Last one, lift, lift, let's lengthen down. Take a moment, adjust anything that needs adjusting, and now we're doing both legs together. So I'm going to pull my waistline away. My hand is in front to support, shoulders nice and wide. Lift your legs and lower. Hello.
Halfway.
Thank you. I'm going to get you guys out of class on time today. Let's do a few more. So I'm keeping that connection at the inner thighs, feeling those abs right there. Go to where you can. It's not a big lift. Last 2. Last 1. Hold or come down and take a break for a moment. Go back up. That little break is so important here. Shoulders down, hand in front. The bottom leg is going to come forward. Bend your ankles. We're going for a little walk here. Now, first stabilize. If you feel like you're pretty supported here on your side, great. If you want to take that hand away, see how that feels. You're going to feel a little bit more work in your stabilization. If you want to take that hand by your side, we keep going here. It gets a little bit harder. This is not a big walk, okay? It's nice and controlled. Let's add the top arm going with the bottom leg here. Ooh. And like I was saying earlier, if you're feeling it along that side, that's where you're feeling it. Let's keep going here for our walk. So our 3-dimensional work of Pilates. Front of the body, side and back, and we're going to be going to the back very soon here. Last 2, last 1. Let's bring it in, lower everything down. I think that was it for this side. Let's breathe in, everybody. Roll on to your stomachs here. Pardon?
Clamshell?
I did the clamshell. Thank you, though. Yeah, we did the clam. So let's everybody just get onto the floor here. Stack up your hands, elbows nice and wide. Pull your abdominals away from the floor. I want you to feel your hip bones and your ribs. Lengthen out the tail here. So we've got this big dip going. I want you to just think about pulling those abdominals in, reaching the sitting bones a little bit so we don't have that giant curve here, okay? Okay. If we get through this, it's going to be amazing. Okay. So we're going to keep the hands on the floor. Feel your ribs nice and even. I'm moving from back here, the back of my head, the back of my neck. Using your arms if you need to float your head up. Breathe. And lower back down. So let's do an inhale to lift.
Jet.
And exhale to lower. I think Jet is breathing. I'm all right, Jet.
Toss his toy over to
Let's
me.
do 2 more. Float up and down. 1 more. Notice nothing else is moving here. We're going to hold here, breathe, and lower back down. Let's take that forehead right onto the mat. Now, for some of us, this is not a comfortable position. We can be really tight in our neck. So you would roll up, say a little roll. This is too little of a roll, but say, excuse me, Jet. Oh my God, he's got a toy. My sweater here. Or a tiny little pillow or a towel. You could put that here. Some of us, that's just not a comfortable position. So you would lay here like that. Actually, I think that might not be a bad idea for me. So now I'm going to bring the collarbones, narrow them a little bit. My shoulders are down. This is kind of, for many of us, our go-to position. So now I want you to open up the collarbones a little bit. Take a breath in. I want you to float your head away and lift your arms a little bit. And now we're going to lower back down. And I am going to take that away for now. Take an inhale. Let's float up. Add those arms. Find that nice long line here. Watch anything dumping. If this doesn't feel good, tighten up those abdominals a little bit more. Lengthen your sitting bones and lower back down. Breathe in. Collarbones wide. Let's float up. The hands will face your body. So this work, maybe you're feeling it right in through here. That's a good place to feel it. Lower down. 2 more. And lengthen. So I want you to think about that string coming out of the top of the head, reaching here. And lower down. 1 more. Let's float. Lengthen here. Holding. Collarbones wide. And let's lower everything down. Nice job. All right, moving on here. Let's take the hands back. We're going to glue them to your forehead. It's going to be a lot heavier here, so do protect that low back. I want you to keep that abdominals in. Ribs and hips, you can feel them, and weight down that pubic bone a little bit. Lengthen your legs. Let's take the hands with us as we float up and lower down. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. We're only coming about 1 inch or 2 off of the mat. If this is hurting your low back down here, let's go back to keeping the hands down. And let's do 2 more. Float. Last one. And lower down. All right, let's do a little bit of leg work. So let's bring the legs into parallel, about hip distance apart. Let's float the right leg up and lower down, and that left leg. So we're going to alternate the legs. And I'm lifting from back here. So when I lift, I'm going to try to keep my opposite hip bone down so I'm not moving around. Keeping everything nice and stable. So just adding a little bit of hip extension here. Let's do 2 more sets. Right leg. Inhale, exhale to lower. 1 more. And other side, and let's lower it down. Nice job, everybody. Let's extend those arms out nice and long. Hopefully you can hear me here. You're going to keep your forehead on the mat. To start, I want you to weight down your right arm and left leg. Take a breath in as you float your left arm, right leg, and head up. And lower it down. Let's weight down those sides and float up. So we would not advance to this if this was bothering your low back. Stay with either the upper body moving or the lower, but not both. But if you're weighting yourself down on this diagonal here, it's like an X, opposite arm and leg, hopefully that's keeping it out of your low back. So equal amounts of weight and resistance into the floor as you float up. So now we're working the upper back and the opposite glute muscle. This is part of our walking here. Inhale, exhale to lower. Let's do 1 more each side. And other side. And we're going to lower down, take a break. So Even though we weren't doing back bending, this prone face down position can give a little bit of extra work here. So let's come on up, curl your tailbone under, and let's add a little bit of flexion. So the opposite movement of the spine from that extension of the spine. Remember that wheel turning, sitting bones underneath, breathe in. And now let's bring ourselves all the way back down again. All right, holding here. Let's go into the breaststroke. If that feels okay, if you've had enough on your stomach, let's lay on your back and do something different and come back to this.
Pass it over to me.
Where, now we would have him locked in a room upstairs, but we would never hear the end of it. So let's take an inhale here, collarbones wide. Let's float your head up. Nice. You can stay here. This is a good place to be. I'm using my arms just a little bit. But as we get stronger here in our extensor muscles, the combination of extensors and abdominals, we don't have to use the arms as much. So let's float here. Nice job, everybody. And lower down, and let's float. Okay, go. Float here. Now let's hold here. Now, my bottom ribs are down, but my breastbone is up. My legs are reaching out and connected here. I'm going to float my arms up. And let's slide them forward and back. For those long hours that you might be having bent over a computer or a stove or who knows what, this is a nice exercise here. Slide and glide. Watch that your abdominals are not pushing into the mat. Let's do 2 more.
Oh my God.
Taking a break whenever you need it. And let's lower ourselves down. Breathe in. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Grab it real quick.
Take an inhale, everybody. Let's finish up here. Let's keep the arms here like this. And now you're going to push into the hands. You're going to peel your head, your collarbones, your chest. We're going to go to, if we can, straighten the arms. Now, you don't have to. You can stay right here, and this is good. Oh, I meant to say widen those legs a little bit. So see how my hip bones are off. This might be a little too much back bending. If it is, don't do it or make it a lot smaller. And lower down. Breathe in. Press into the floor. And like your spine is on the front, we're going to lift off here. Let's see if you can make it a little straighter. This is not something you have to be doing. A lot of us, this is not great for our back. And lower down, but I am giving it as a possibility to those that it feels good. Let's do 1 more so we can stay low, okay? You can bend your elbows and straighten. Do a little tricep work here. This is a little prep for our plank work. So I'm feeling the backs of my arms here working really hard. Last 2 and 1. Let's lower it all the way down. Nice job. Let's take the hands here, curl the tailbone. Let's sit back. So I'm just taking a nice stretch here in my low back. Breathing in and out. 1 more breath. I'm going to bring myself up to my tall kneeling here. How's everybody doing? All right, so now take an inhale. Let's pick up your arms and let's do some nice circles here. So you know, for those of you that kneeling is not comfortable, you are going to have your knee pads, okay, under your knees. You're going to roll up your mat a little bit. Let's do 1 more inhale, exhale to circle. Let's reverse it. Let's go out and bring it around. Inhale out, exhale, circle. Really filling up those lungs. So feeling your spine, you guys keep going, your spine being sandwiched between the front and back of your body. Let's do 2 more. You could always do this seated or standing. 1 more, let's take it up. Good, let's hold your right hand, hold your left, and it's a little side bend over, breathing in. Exhale, lengthen back up. Let's stay to your right side. All right, first we're gonna lengthen, then we're gonna go over. Exhale to return, 2 more. And up, and 1 more, over we go. And bring it up, let's switch hands. Take a break for a second here. Give a little stretch. a relief of those arms, and we're gonna pick them back up. Your left hand's gonna hold your right, and it's a gentle tug over, but really the work is coming from the spine, laterally flexing. So remember, we're staying between our two panes of glass. I'm not going forward or back, up and over. At least I hope I'm not. My camera crew needs to tell me how my form is. So far, so good?
Yes.
And up, and do one more. Inhale, exhale. Let's bring those arms out nice and wide. And let's just circle those shoulders around a little bit. Will I be able to do a plank? I'm not really sure yet. Okay, let's give it a try. So let's get back to those rings, everybody, as we opened up our chest. Remember, we're gonna put that ring right here. If that feels okay, we're gonna take the hands out in front here.
Oh my God, Jen.
All right, we're gonna walk those knees back, way back past those hips, about at least 6 inches or so. I'm gonna set my shoulders down. My feet can be up or down. I like mine up, and I like that inner thigh connection here. Flattening out my back. Let me bring my ribs in just a little bit. So right here is a great place to just stay. I'm working really hard here, but if I want to add a little bit, I'm going to bend my elbows and straighten my arms. So I like the ring here to help remind our back where to be. My shoulder blades are staying wide here and flat. I'm bending my elbows. I'm reaching out the top of my head and pushing with my back of my upper arms. And let's do 2 more. Now, if this bothers your wrist, let's omit this one. You guys know to go to the wall and do the work there. And now lengthen, shoulders down. We're gonna keep that tight wrap of those abdominals. Let's take one leg down and then the other. Let's lift up for our plank. And let's just hold here. This ring helps remind us where we wanna be. And we're just gonna hold for a count of 10. And 8, and 6, and 5, coming down onto the knees if you need to. 4, I didn't really need to, well maybe I did, and 2, and 1, and now let's sit back again for that shell stretch. And now this time, why don't you take the arms back behind you, give them a little stretch, open up those collarbones, keep the tail reaching down and under, lengthening out your low back, breathing in. And now let's roll ourselves all the way up, and let's do some abdominals from the front here. How we doing on time is?
About 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Okay, so let's come on here. Sitting up nice and tall, hopefully feeling a little differently than we did when we first got here today. Let's reach those arms out nice and long. And now as the pelvis rolls back, pressing those legs down, rolling back, rolling back. There you go, nice and easy. All right, let's pick up those arms. Let's reach them back behind us. A nice circle here, collarbones planted. Let's bend one knee, then the other here. We're gonna take our bridges in between our little series here. So ribs and hips neutral. Let's take an inhale, everybody, and pick up your head and chest. So I'm gonna peel up. I'm gonna bend here at the ribs, lift my head and chest up, and lower down. And let's do a couple more of those. So bottom ribs are gonna stay down, and I'm picking up. I have a little distance here, lowering down. And I'm making sure when I come up, my spine is not changing here. I'm not tilting my pelvis. And if this is too challenging or just doesn't feel right, let's add our ring as our little prop here. So let's take that ring behind your head, your occiput, the big part of your skull here, not on your neck. We're gonna lower back down. We're gonna keep the shoulders nice and open here. I'm gonna hold onto the pad. Take an inhale with my sacrum heavy back here. Lift your head and chest. So I'm not pulling on the ring, but I'm getting a lot of nice support here. So let's pick it up. So again, this is just a modification with the ring. I actually really like it. Able to get up a little higher here in your spinal flexion, your chest lift. Let's do 2 more. Let's lift, peel. Your arms can support the weight of your head. And 1 more, let's bring it up. Nice job. So if you're not using the ring, you're staying lifted here. Your arms are reaching out nice and long. Let's pick up the right leg and the left leg and hold. Tap the right heel. and bring it up, and left heel. Now, we're working pretty hard here in our abdominals, holding those feet up against the imaginary wall, and I'm trying not to rock in my pelvis. If you are getting a little bit of tension in your neck, let's lower your head down. Let's reach those arms out nice and long, or take a break. Notice nothing's moving in here. Lower and lift. Inhale, exhale. One more each side. And bring it up. Let's place the feet down, arms down at your side. Let's take that out because I feel like it was going to fall. I'm going to tilt my pelvis. I'm peeling up for a bridge. So modification with this round of abdominals that we're going into is using the ring to support your head if you need it, okay? And now let's roll back down. Releasing out. Let's pick up those arms. Again, holding your ring if you need to. Let's peel your head and chest up. Good job. Let's take your legs to tabletop. Right arm is going to slide down by the ankle. Left arm inside of your knee. Extend your left leg out. Exhale, let's pull in. Inhale, exhale. So our single leg stretch here. Pulling that leg into your chest. Staying nice and even. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So we really got to get those breaths in. You might want to do inhale and exhale. Just make sure you're breathing. Your head can go down for this. Now, if you were holding your ring, you wouldn't be able to do this arm work. So you would just stay up with your head in your ring and move your legs. And let's do one more set here. And it's a pull in and a pull in. Bring those legs in. Lower your head and chest down with control. Feet down, hip distance, peeling bridge. All right, so here we are, breathing in, and roll your spine back down, releasing out. Pick up your arms or your ring. Take an inhale at the ribs and the breastbone. Pick up. Take your hands behind your head. This actually would be nice to not have your ring right now because you can start to use your arms to support your upper body. Let's take those legs one at a time to tabletop. Let's extend the right leg out nice and long. Now you're going to pick up your right shoulder blade, turn towards your left knee, come into center and switch. And switch. So I'm going to pull one knee in and turn to that knee. I'm going to keep my elbows nice and wide. In fact, my elbow reaches down towards the floor when I turn. You're going to feel a lot of nice oblique and abdominal work here. And this is your crisscross or your obliques with rotation, but whatever you want to call it. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Keep your head and neck supported and do what you can. A modification of this would be, and I'll do it now, put the knees down and just turn towards your bent knee here. One shoulder blade stays down and we pick up the other. One more each side. Come back into center, lower down, arms at your side, peeling bridge in between here. Breathing in, almost done here, and roll your spine back down, releasing out. Next thing that we're gonna do, take an inhale, pick up those arms, or let's use the ring here if we want. No, let's not use the ring. I've changed my mind. Okay, so lift your head and chest up. Take your legs to tabletop. Take your legs to the ceiling. I'm gonna hold onto my right leg, lower than my knee. I'm gonna separate my legs, pull them away from one another, and then we switch. So the bottom leg pulls towards the mat, top leg. My arms are assisting with a nice stretch here, staying organized for your scissors. Head goes down if you need it. Now, if you can't bend your legs, that's okay. And switch. So hip extension, hip flexion, alternating legs. And let's do one more each side. Well, one more set. And take both legs up, hands behind your head, shoulders down. Lower your legs and lift. I'm making sure that my low back doesn't arch here. So we won't want to see this happening. Make it small. Very small here. And lower and lift. Do your body scan. Check in with your shoulders. Let's do 3 and 2. Last one. Hold here. Point and flex. 2 more. 1 more. Turn the legs to parallel. Bend them in. Head goes down. Feet down. Tilt the pelvis. Roll up for a bridge.
5 minutes.
Thank you. Take another breath in. And let's roll your spine back down. Releasing out. Let's do something with our ring that feels really nice. So we're going to take the ring like so. Put your right foot in. Extend your leg to the ceiling. Point and flex here. So you get a nice stretch the back of the legs. 1 more. Now this other leg is staying stable. Now I'm going to take my left hand, hold the ring just with my left hand. My right arm is down by my side. I'm going to extend my left leg. Take my right leg over my body here. Trying to keep this shoulder blade down. Bend my ankle. Getting a nice stretch through here. If you want to lift that leg a little higher, find that sweet spot. I want you to keep your waistline nice and long and reach your sitting bone away here. Breathing. You can stay here for a little bit longer, but with time, I'm going to move on. I'm going to switch hands. I'm going to take my right hand, hold my ring, bend my left leg, take my ring out to the side, trying not to fall over here, and just take a stretch of my inner thigh here, trying to keep this left hip down. That's not easy to do. Not easy to do. I almost feel like I need somebody to press down on that shoulder. And just open up that leg and bend that knee a little bit if you want to stretch here. And I'm just checking out that I'm not too rotated here, trying to keep that hip down. That's a tough thing to do. So you're always trying and you're stretching to keep your good alignment as best as possible. Now, let's switch legs. So let's take that left leg up. We're going to do a little switch here. Take your right foot down. And now let's bend your ankle here and point. So it's nice to keep those ankles mobile, pointing and flexing. So we usually say in Pilates, 5 to 10, 8 to 10, but really making sure you're getting a couple of really good reps in. All right, in your good alignment, 1 more. And now I'm going to take my right arm down by my side, extend my right leg out, take my left leg, whoops, wrong way. Right hand holds the ring and we're going across the body. I hope I did that on the other side.
You did.
Did I? Thank you. I don't know if I'm ready for Hollywood yet, you guys. I don't think so. So take that nice stretch, feel that length. But it has been, I've been thinking about all of you and I hope you're all doing well and your families are staying safe, and we will get through all of this. And lift that leg a little higher if you want. So feel that bottom leg stabilizing you. Let's come back into center. Left hand holds. Right arm down by your side. Bend that right leg and plant that leg down. And take your leg to the side. This is where it gets hard. Woo! That leg is just, I'm going. So here we are, stabilizing as best as possible, anchoring yourself down. And a little bend of that knee and straighten here. Trying to keep that hip down. That is challenging. 2 more, everybody. We're getting a stretch through that inner thigh. Last one. Take your leg in. Nice job. Let's take that ring down. Finishing up with a couple of things here. Right leg to tabletop, squaring off. Let's do our leg circles. Now, typically, they're done with the legs straight, but we're going to do it a little bit modified here. So I'm going to take my leg into center, lower it away from my body, take it out to the side. I'm going to hold this area nice and still. I want you to think about your thigh bone like a spoon circling a bowl here. Let's inhale, exhale to sweep. 2 more. One more, circle around, and let's reverse out to the side and bring it in. You're gonna try to keep your ribs and hip bones organized and weighted down so there's no moving going on in here. Use your arms by your side. Make your circle a little bit smaller. There should not be a lot of movement. This hip should not be coming off. Let's get our stability first, and then we get our mobility, and then ultimately our flexibility. And one more, inhale, exhale to circle. Nice job. Take that foot down. Left leg to tabletop. Inhale, center, exhale out to the side. And I'm only going to make that circle as big as I can stay stable in here without this other leg moving around. So this leg's got work. I want you to feel like you're in that ring that we started off class earlier with. Inhale, exhale, circle. Two more. One more. And let's reverse out to the side and bring it in. Inhale, exhale, circle. So again, 8 to 10 of these. If that's too much, do 5 good ones, 3 good ones. And that's our last one here. Place your foot down, final bridge, roll it up. Let's reach those arms back behind you here. Inhaling, exhaling, lengthen your spine down. And then once you get that sacrum down, let's lift your head and chest up here. Pull your knees in one at a time. Let's roll out that low back. So the low back is flat, the head is lifted, or it can be down. And we're just going to make sure that we are just lengthening that low back down onto the mat, rolling from side to side if that feels good. And then carefully coming up to seated position. So you can do this in a rocking way, rolling yourself up to nice and tall. Breathing in here. Let's finish up with a little mermaid. So legs to the left side, splitting the legs here for your Z position. Going to pick up the same side arm as the legs. Let's pick up and over here. Breathing and exhale, lengthen up. 2 more like that. Up and over. This arm can bend a little bit, but let's have that movement coming from the spine as you pick up the ribs and go up and over. Breathing in. And then lengthen yourself back up. Take your hand to your outside shin. And it's a little side bend over this way. Breathing in. And now lengthen yourself back up. Transitioning to the other side. We're so warmed up. It's the end of our workout. Let's tilt your pelvis back, everybody. So you're past that. You're on that sacrum. Sitting bones are forward. Let's walk those feet in. Let's find a little balance here. Ooh, inner thighs glued together. Just keep this balance. Here's your C curve with your legs lifted. Now reach your arms out nice and long here. Can you extend your legs? Ooh, a little shaking. Take one foot down if you need it, and the other. That's it, last one. Roll yourself up. Take your legs over to the side. Let's finish up with that mermaid and time for jet to play. And we're gonna pick up your right arm, lift, and it's an up and over here. Breathing in and lengthening back up. 2 more like that, lift. And now pick up your right rib, side bending over. Feeling lots of support through here. 1 more, everybody, lift, up and over, inhale. Exhale to lengthen. Let's take that outside shin and a little side bend over this way. Breathing in and lengthen back up and lower down. That was your class for today. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be another video coming, a more intermediate, and I will send that link to both classes so you have something else to do. So live from Studio 1630, thanks for spending time with me. Miss you guys and hope to see you soon. Take care.